Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for PSY-45 Research Methods for Saturday, July 22nd. And like I always do, just going to go over a few reminders, clarifications, any kind of remarks I think that will help you do well in the course. So let's get started. First up here, the big item is that your literature review paper. This is the initial due date for that today by 11:59 p.m. So please make sure you get it submitted by that time if you can. And per the late submission policies found on your syllabus that I also reproduce at the bottom of the instructions for the final paper and at the bottom of the instructions for the submission area for the paper, you can submit late, but there's a 10% penalty for doing so, and then 5% additional penalty for every 24 hours after that. And after 72 hours from the original due date and time of the submission area locks out and you won't be able to submit it all. And just in case you're wondering, and you'll find that in the instructions there, that's Tuesday, July 25th is the last day and time you can submit your paper, so do try to get it in on time. I hate to see a well-written paper get docked for a lot of points just because it's late. Remember, you'll find everything you need to know about writing the paper in the dedicated APA Lit Review module, which is below Unit 5 on our Canvas course page. You'll scroll down to the bottom of our course page. You'll see the APA Lit Review module. Take a look for the instructions for Component 3. There's a little how-to video you'll find up there at the top, which I have screenshots and narration and kind of show and tell you what to do, so make sure that you actually watch that there. And also along below that video link there, you'll see an embedded file. It has a Word file and a PDF, instructions and checklist, I believe it's called. And take a look at the instructions carefully, start to finish, because part of what you'll find are embedded hyperlinks to that online writing lab, the old WL, or the OWL as it's called. And there's links there to a sample title page, a sample abstract page, and a sample completed literature review paper, so that will help you out. Also, don't forget, in your pocket guide to APA style, and remember how you get to that, go to the MindTap platform like you would normally do to do your assignments. Scroll all the way down past chapter 15. There you'll see the link for the pocket guide to APA style. Just click it. It'll open up all the chapters for you. You want to look at chapter 9. In chapter 9, there's an additional sample completed literature review paper. It's the first paper in that chapter. It's on birth order. Don't worry about the other paper in that chapter. That's actually the formatting for actual research study, and you're not doing a study, you're doing an actual literature review. So look at the first one on birth order, and you've got, again, a really great model to work from there with your own. Also, as part of that instruction and checklist file back in our module below that video there, you want to take a look at that checklist portion of that same file. That checklist is a list of do's and don'ts, things you do want to have in your paper, things you don't want to have in your papers. So you might want to check that out before you finally submit there, or better yet, before you do your paper, because it would really help you avoid any major missteps there. Don't forget, you have the Reading and Writing Center there in the library to help you out with this as well. And also make sure you incorporate any and all feedback you got from the first part of the paper and the second part, that is the topic and thesis statement in part 1, and then the outline, especially there if you did that in part 2. Make sure you incorporate all that, especially issues around quoting, citation formatting, the formatting of your references. Just make sure you take all that into account there, and especially be careful, because this is a review of the literature. Fundamentally here, you need to cite, that is, say something about every one of your references at least once in your literature review, because this is a review of the literature. That is, your references you found, that's your literature, and you need to say something about every one of them, else it defeats the purpose. And also be careful not to cite sources you don't have in your list of references. Again, a review of the literature is a presentation of what you found in your references that supports your topic and thesis statement. So I say that in that video, and I have that in the instructions, so please be careful about that there. Next up here is that we have our Chapter 3 quiz and discussion. This is the last chapter in Unit 4. It's a pretty easy chapter on the descriptive approach, or strategy, I should say. That quiz and discussion is due today. Don't forget that time differential. The discussion is due at 9 p.m. The quiz is due a bit later at 11:59 p.m. You're going to watch a little short video again for this one, so make sure you give yourself enough time to do that and comment accordingly. Next up, after Chapter 13 is done today, we have our Unit 4 exam that covers Chapters 11, 12, and 13, opening up Sunday through Monday, the 23rd through the 25th there. So make sure you prepare for that by using the study guide you'll find there at the bottom of Unit 4. And as always, pay careful attention to those two areas on the study guide that are italicized with asterisks all around it. that's the content that your 2 short answer essay questions will be based on. So prepare yourself accordingly, and as you'll find in the instructions and per recent announcements, don't copy and paste information from your textbook. Don't go online and look for some psychology website to answer those questions. Don't use an AI generator to answer those questions. I'll know if you do all those things, it'll cost you points. So please be careful to avoid that, because that's plagiarism and academic dishonesty and cheating. So it's a serious matter, so please be careful. Don't forget your mind tap assignments are due today, July 22nd by 11:59 p.m. So make sure you get those in. Next up is our Unit 5 is going to open up on Monday, the 24th. I'm sorry. So make sure that you're ready for that there. That's just going to cover 2 chapters in this unit, chapters 14 and 15. And when you take your exam there for Unit 5, it's just going to cover those last 2 chapters. The final exam is not comprehensive. It's not cumulative. It's just a regular exam like your other ones. There's, in this case, just 2 chapters there. Don't forget your quizzes and discussions for those chapters there. On Wednesday, we've got chapter 14 due, and on Thursday we have the chapter 15 quiz and discussion due, so please keep that in mind. And do note there's a little bit of overlap with the due dates on some of the chapter assignments, including the mind tap there. And when the unit exam actually opens up there Wednesday through Friday, the reason for that is that the semester officially ends on Friday, so I can't push the exam dates past Friday onto Saturday and Sunday like I would normally do to give you that 3-day window. So make sure you pay careful attention to the due dates for those quizzes and discussions, and your mind tap things. There is going to be a bit of overlap with the exam that opens up next Wednesday. It's just the nature of the beast with the shortened week that we have there with that, so please be careful about that. That's pretty much everything I wanted to say. If you need anything in the meantime, reach out via email on Canvas and I'll get back to you. We will have our live session at 11 o'clock this coming Monday as always, so please come if you got any questions. Remember, it's just basically open office hours. I'm just kind of hanging out there doing my work, and if somebody pops in, I'll answer whatever concerns that you have, so keep that in mind. All right, well, good luck on your paper if you haven't finished it yet. And good luck on your upcoming exam, and I will see you in those lecture videos, and I'll be here next Saturday, so take care until then. Bye-bye.